We had a very good training session once I went in there and wrestled him. To my knowledge, I probably whipped him, but if he wants to tell it that way, then I'll let him. But this guy's a phenomenal wrestler. He showed me pictures on his Instagram, and he competed against some of the best wrestlers in the entire world.
And not unlike a lot of wrestlers, got a little bit of a late start in mixed martial arts, so 34 years old, only a pro dating to 2013, and certainly coming in here motivated, obviously, after the UFC debut last year against Luis Anhique.
Yeah, you know, man, because guys stay longer in the sport of wrestling when you're at the top, you do tend to get a little bit later start. Randy Couture's one guy that started very late. I started very late, and Dimitri's dealing with the same things. Now, he has to get forward and use his weight in order to pressure Askar, because if he doesn't, Askar will be a little bit faster. I think he's a little bit better in the stand-up because his combinations are tighter and his punches are a lot faster than Dimitri's.
You see for Smoliakov, all 8 wins in the first round. Nice mix, of course, of knockouts and submissions. Hard guy to take down. Very good hands, master of sport and freestyle wrestling in Russia. That's heady stuff. Freestyle wrestling Russian champion as well. And he's trained with the likes of Mamed Khalidov, a middleweight who hasn't been in the UFC, but certainly a name that the avid fans know all too well. Even trained with our strawweight champion, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, at times in the past. So
yeah, this guy's well-traveled, you know, not only in wrestling, but also in mixed martial arts. So in a short period of time, he has seeked out help. He seeked out ways to improve and round out his overall skill set. In the first fight, he wasn't able to get takedowns against Henrique, so he had to stand more than he probably would have liked to. And he did pretty good for himself. His cardio kind of failed him last time. Hopefully he worked on that as he moves in to his second UFC fight.
All right, with that backdrop, let's get to the tail of the tape for this heavyweight opener tonight in Phoenix. Dmitry Smoliakov, 34 years old. Cyril Askar, 31 as of Christmas Eve. Smoliakov, 2 inches taller. He weighed in 257 pounds, 248 for Askar. Both fighters with a reach of 74 inches. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 7 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 248 pounds. Fighting out of Armagnac, France, Cyril Silverback Askar. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 8 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 257 pounds. Fighting out of Kaliningrad City, Russia, Dmitry the Lifeguard Smoliakov. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Al Guinan.
The beautiful Chrissy Blair with us here in Phoenix. Glad you are too, as we begin at UFC Fight Pass later tonight. 4 hours of live coverage on FS1. Cyril Askar takes the center of the octagon. He's in the black trunks. Smoliakov, the much bigger man in red.
Let's see how quick Smoliakov starts looking to try and secure that takedown. A lot of movement so far. You can see that Cyril Askar is a lot more active and a little more agile than Smoliakov just by them kind of posturing in the middle of the octagon.
Askar trying to work his way into range, landed the right hand there.
Good counter by Smoliakov.
Second UFC appearance for both guys. You get sick of hearing us talk about UFC jitters, but for a lot of fighters in that UFC debut, it's a very real thing. So figure to see some improvements, not just physically, from Smoliakov and Askar tonight.
First fight of the night, main event, co-main event, it does not matter. The first time you step into the octagon, there are nerves, and you feel, I am one to tell you that 100%.
Couple nice body shots from Smoliakov. That got Askar's attention, as did a potential eye poke here.
Keep those fingers out. You're gonna watch those fingers, okay? Over here, sir. Over here. Come over here. Come over here. Over here. Over here. You okay? Got finger in the eye.
I think it was more of a head. It looks like his head.
It was accident, yes. Okay? You all right? All right. Time in.
Hard to
Here we
see
go.
on that replay.
Fight.
Just a warning from the referee. Back underway here, early first round.
You can see Asker starting to feel a little more confident there. That's like the third time he's thrown that overhand right. Kind of took a right uppercut there on the way in. This is not what we expected to see. You did not expect to see Asker, the one taking down Smoliakov in this fight.
Those hammer fists count for Smoliakov. Asker seems unfazed, DC.
He's getting busy on the bottom, but he needs to be getting back to his feet or trying to change his position. As you said, Asker is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, so you got to be careful. Move right into the mount, very easy there. Great Jiu-Jitsu by Asker.
And this is a pretty good mount here for Cyril Asker. Just over 3 minutes to go, round one.
Just posturing up. Smoliakov is doing nothing to try and control this guy's posture. He's just getting damaged and brutalized on the top, on the bottom. And now Asker's moving him towards the fence to try and make it harder for him to get back to his feet.
Smoliakov covering up nicely here, but some of those shots from Asker are getting through.
You can only cover up for so long. You have got to change the position. You need to be reaching up and controlling posture.
Referee watching the action closely here, DC.
I mean, not many of them are getting in, but I mean, he is getting beat up. Referee will have no choice but to stop this fight pretty soon.
Fight back now.
Smoliakov throws back some offense after that command from the referee.
No bucket. He needs to.
We're done.
You didn't see the big damage and strike from the top, but the constant barrage of punches is what made the referee. Gave him no choice but to stop this fight.
So Cyril Asker with the biggest win of his career by a mile tonight. As he gets rid of Dmitry Smoliakov in the first round. Strong performance by the Frenchman tonight.
That is why you don't call fights based on paper. On paper, we thought Smoliakov would be the guy trying to go and get the takedown. But here, you see Cyril Asker push into the fence, secured a double leg, locked his hands right under the butt. Once it was on the mat, this was no match. This was no competition. Asker goes to the north-south position and no problem slides right into the mount. It was like a hot knife through butter. Dmitry Smoliakov had no answer once Cyril Asker got to the top position. Here you see the hammer fist, the ground and pound, just constant barrage of punches that gave the referee no choice but to stop the fight. Great second fight by Cyril Asker.
Asker sets a pretty good pace for a heavyweight, kept the pressure on, and gets Smoliakov out of there. Let's get to the official decision. We go inside the octagon now to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Al Guidi has called a stop to this contest.